Wendy,
But I got my
Wendy,
first-
when is our game tomorrow? Volleyball tonight.
I think they're both, I know the second one's at 8:20 again, I think, and the first
go
one's
till June and then.
Seven?
Seven.
7 something.
7:10, 8:20.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I like it when it's not 9 o'clock.
Well, or the 6 and the 9.
Right, then you have
Okay,
a long sit.
One Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, that was a long time.
Dustin made the, motion, seconded by Matt at 6.
Matt.
Yeah, all in favor?
It's easier.
All in favor coming out of closed session?
Aye.
Aye.
Guess they don't have to put it up there. Yes, I'm sorry, I said 6:02, but I meant 6:32.
Mhm. Mhm.
He.
Couple weeks I will be.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna change it because Joe asked me to put a fifth grade coach on there, but he gave me Chelsea Eads' name. I'm assuming he meant Chelsea Stewart, but I emailed him back and I said Chelsea Eads.
Chelsea Stewart had mentioned to me that she was.
I know she-
junior high.
Yeah,
She was
interested in it.
Interested in junior
Joe's at
high.
my house.
Call 'em up.
He's upstairs doing electrical.
Is it about the 5th grade position?
Yeah.
It was Chelsea Stewart, she told me today that she
Okay,
got
all right,
hired.
so then I'll feel comfortable then amending the agenda.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I heard, she told me that too when I was talking to her about softball. So.
Well, if she didn't want to do it, she's gonna be doing it now.
Surprise.
Well, pending
Okay.
your approval, of course.
All right, so, just trying to think of where I should put that.
Is that what it's like?
Remember, we're adding another volleyball. We're adding
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we need a,
Well, you want to make a motion?
Make a motion
To,
to discuss.
so
amend?
you have, so yes, we're gonna amend the agenda.
Okay.
And we're gonna add under certified staffing, action item. We're going to add motion to approve Chelsea Stewart as 5th grade volleyball coach for the 22-23 school year.
So in the consent agenda part?
No, I was gonna put it under the certified, under new business, letter E.
No,
She's a
Well-
certified, she's a certified. That's where I always put the coaches.
oh, down,
The teacher coaches.
Under new business,
Yeah.
letter E, we're adding another
yeah,
item.
yeah, that's the way it works.
So now the motion is that the Board of Education approves the amended agenda as presented.
One more amendment. The date of the agenda should be July 25th.
Yes.
Oh, at the top,
Yes.
And district bills.
thank you. All right, so we're gonna say it's July 25th, not the 26th. And the district bills as of July 25th. All right, so now the motion is that the Board of Education approves the amended agenda as presented.
You've heard the recommendation, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Approval of the previous minute.
The motion is the Board of Education approves the minutes of the regular Board of Education meeting from June 20th, 2022.
Heard the recommendation, do I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now, consent agenda, district bills, building activity reports, and then the non-certified personnel recommendations. Are those right, those three? McKenna King and Peyton Smith, co-chair sponsors for the high school, and Jaden Workman, golf coach for the high school. Do I have a motion? Well, wait. Yeah, do I have a motion for the consent agenda?
So.
Second. Any discussion on those?
Just to clarify, because I know that sometimes the full agenda doesn't go out, the co-sponsors are for the cheer.
Not puns.
Yes. I just wanted to, I wasn't sure if you said that or just co-sponsor, so I want to make sure if anybody's listening at home or for the record, they understand.
All right, let's do a roll call for the consent agenda.
Ableton,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Danhoff,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Rubley.
Yes. All right,
No, unless
no
Mrs.
public
Conlon wants to
comments, I would
speak.
think, unless Wendy's got something to say.
And there will be no good news from the district because principals are off in July.
Looking forward to meeting with the principal.
I thought she was.
We have bad news. We'll cover that later.
I think she was out of
All right, so reports.
So finance facility, update on, we will be meeting with the architect and the engineer tomorrow to discuss finalization of the HVAC project at the junior high in Northside and looking at ways to ensure that we have heat in those rooms, because this is not a quick project. We're also going to be discussing a recent development with the high school bleachers track project. The track resurfacers came out this weekend. And the original plan was to patch areas of the track. I don't think that's feasible any longer, so we are going to have to look at revamping that, and more than likely, we will be resurfacing the whole track, which means scraping it off and putting down a new surface. Probably looking at an additional 150 to 175, $200,000 on top of the original cost for that project.
And I forgot something too. I talked to Tim. The last time it was completely resurfaced, the best he could remember is 10 or 12 years ago.
I thought it was like 2010 or like,
Yeah,
I remember-
he said it could have been 12 years ago,
Yeah.
but he said 10 or 12. He wasn't sure. And then,
It's a $10,000, it's over $10,000 a year. Just to, I mean, if you just spread that out, that's a lot of money for our track. I mean, compared to any other sport or anything else of what we put into the facility that they use that for.
It's $4 a square foot to patch, and there's 30,000 square feet that need.
it didn't used to
Let's
be
call it
that much.
60,000 square feet that need to be patched. So, yeah, it's not cheap.
Well, a lot of people use it not just for track. And the junior high uses it, and the high school uses it, and then in the spring and summer and fall, people run around, and the community uses it
I
too.
understand.
But you're right. No, it absolutely, it's a good point. I'm not, we had 120,000 budgeted to patch. Total cost would probably be north of 300, or we talked about that in the finance meeting. So that includes striping and the runways and everything. So completely redoing it. It hasn't been done in a while. It was patched about 4 years ago. There were places patched. So the back stretch is where you don't see it. It's all, they called Scott right away and said, oh, this is awful. So,
Is that something that can be done before the next track season? Will they have to,
I doubt it.
will they be able to use it in the condition it's in? Or will we have to take track someplace
Until
else?
such time as they scrape it all off, it's usable.
Okay.
So we will hope to have an idea of what the calendar would look like for that. But no, I would not envision, I mean, theoretically, we could still host meets, but
it's really the edges more than anything. I mean, there are some other places.
what their calendar looks like. So I should retract what I said with the no, but yes, it's possible.
You know, if we're looking at just one vendor, we look to see, you
Go
know.
up for bid.
Well, not just that, you're one person's opinion saying this is no good. I haven't looked at it, I'm sure you have, but is it the one person that wants some more work, or is it truly?
There was some concern amongst the maintenance crew, the track coaches, that we were just patching in their mind, and they're not experts. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
Okay.
In their minds, it needed to be redone when you're pulling up pieces of it. So it's, so I'll have more information tomorrow when I meet with the architect. That's part of our discussion is the track changes. So. I think that was all we We looked at some potential bonding, and we've talked about that as a board for the HVAC.
Yeah.
That project's probably gonna be 2.3 to 2.7 million. So we will probably have to do some sort of a bond initiative to cover the difference in that.
Were we able to use the COVID money? Are we still planning on trying to fit that in?
The ESSER grant has been approved. It's been approved without anything because I still don't have any information that I needed to put into that grant. I needed to put subcontractors, I needed to put all this stuff down. So I can change the grant when I have that information, but in order to get it approved, I took it out.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're getting everything we can.
So no, we can add it, we can amend the grant to cover that if we want to, some of it. So. Move on to old business.
Yeah. First item is insurance renewal. That's an action item.
So the motion is the Board of Education approves a property casualty insurance renewal as presented. And I have information on that after we get the first and second.
Okay. All right, you've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So
Second.
In your board packet, there should be a description on what the costs are. At least I think there is. This is, the annual renewal for our property casualty, which covers pretty much everything in the district other than medical insurance. And you know what? I don't know if I did or not. Do you see anything in there?
Yeah.
No. Is it an untitled document?
I have a separate document that says property casualty insurance renewal.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
It's untitled.
I got it. This is our same carrier.
Yes. And they do go out for bid, and this is the best renewals that they can get. Some things went up, some things went down, some things went up a lot, some things went down. But it covers, as I mentioned, all of the district property, cyber liability, student accident, staff legal. So we're looking at, currently it was 84,000. Our renewal comes in at about 97,000. And we pay this out of tort. So it's not coming out of ed fund, it's not coming out of anything else. This is why we levy to need for this cost. So I don't want to say it's a wash, but it's not.
We just
options, you gotta have it.
Yeah.
So
Levied in need, so.
I wanted you to have that information, and so that's before you officially voted.
No.
Any questions?
All right. Well, we need a roll call.
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Zamhoff,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. All right, next is the 2022-2023 district calendar.
So the motion here is the Board of Education approves the updated 22-23 district calendar as presented.
You've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
The changes there are, we discussed last month, we're gonna stay in session on Veterans Day, and we have to take off the Tuesday, the election day, which would be, I think it's the 8th.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the last year for that. That sunsets after this year.
I think we can do a consent. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. R.C. Smith contract.
The motion is that the Board of Education approves the R.C. Smith contract as presented for the 22-23 school year.
You've heard the recommendation, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right. We didn't really talk about this in the finance meeting. We always done a one-year contract with them. And Scott's talked to them at length about maintenance of the buses and what they need from us. And, you know, we've gone out for bid in the past, but it's been a while. Didn't really make sense. I think first student bid and maybe one other, I don't remember. And some of it was cost, I know, they were cheaper, and some of it was just convenience and scheduling and all that kind of thing. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is, but.
Didn't we talk about doing more long-term?
So I had a conversation with Dale and Jody, and yes, we are going to start talking about the partnership and what they need from us and what we need from them. So for the time being, we're going to go ahead and approve the contract as it is for this year, and then moving forward, there might be some changes in terms of length of contract, those types of things. I will say this, they have been fantastic and very cognizant of keeping costs down. We have about a 4% increase in our route rate for next year. Most everything else is staying relatively flat. So they've been very, very good and been good to work with on maintaining or understanding the costs and things of that nature. So.
Any other questions or concerns? All right, we'll need a roll call vote.
Danlock,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. All right, the next memo of understanding with the Morrison Education Association for an additional 5th and 6th grade coaching.
The motion is that the Board of Education approves a memo of understanding with the Morrison Education Association as presented.
For the recommendation, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Any questions about this? Just putting that stipend in our.
It's an additional stipend because you have upwards of 30 to 40 5th and 6th grade
Right.
kids out for
That's right.
the various sports that we offer, and that's a lot, so.
We need one more. All right.
You can probably do a, just now.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, new business. Release of outdated technology equipment for resale.
Motion is the Board of Education releases the outdated technology equipment for resale as presented.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Questions? How many pieces and what are they?
We replaced that computer lab, so that computer lab's up and running. So we took the 2014 iMacs out, and we would like to sell those for $100 a piece. Yeah, we'll factory reset those and get them prepared. And then we have a one computer that was built for my staff, and he would like to purchase that computer since we got new computers with the lab. And
Yeah, that extra one with the lab.
yeah.
Okay. All right, well, this involves money, so we have to do a roll call.
Helms,
Yes.
Stevenson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Danlock,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. The next one's the ESP handbook.
Motion is the Board of Education approves the updated ESP handbook as presented.
For the recommendation, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. There's some language cleanup, making sure things, I inherited the handbook, and so it's just kind of been hodgepodge together, if you will, for a number of years. So we sat down, or members of my staff sat down and went through it and cleaned up some language and things like that. There are honestly no real substantive changes, and any changes that will affect personnel will be addressed with them individually. But it needed to be done.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, review of closed session minutes. It's not really.
So the motion is the Board of Education approves the destruction of any audio tapes, recordings more than 24 months old, and that the currently closed session minutes through June 2022 remain closed.
All right, you've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So this is simply a housekeeping matter. It needs to be done.
We do it every year.
We haven't done it. We didn't do it last year, so we need to do it this year. The recordings will remain here for 2 years. Anything that's older than 2 years, which I don't know if I have, we erase. So.
And that's that's the standards we're supposed to do, that's legal.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, FMLA request.
The motion of the Board of Education approves the FMLA request of employee number NS11452, and I did not include that. I'll grab that real quick. Sorry. It's a maternity leave. Actually, you know what? We need to table this.
We'll table this one.
Yeah, because there's a little caveat to it that
All right,
I haven't got an answer, or gotten the answer that I wanted, or an answer that I can understand yet, so let's table it.
all right. We'll table that one. Then certified staff.
Motion is Board of Education approves the resignation of Carla Cruz as a certified teacher at Southside Elementary effective July 20th, 2022. You want to
All right.
want one time, or?
Why not?
Yeah, sorry.
Second motion is the Board of Education approves the resignation of Tom Franks as a certified teacher at Morrison High and Junior High School effective July 12th, 2022. And the motion is the Board of Education approves the hiring of Chandler Gilbraith as agricultural education teacher and FFA sponsor at Morrison High School for the 22-23 school year.
All right, you further recommendations? Oh, wait. You added. No, did you?
You, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Chelsea.
And the motion is the Board of
Chelsea.
Education approves the hiring of Chelsea Stewart as 5th, 6th grade volleyball coach at Morrison Junior High for the 2022-23 school year.
Okay. Now, you further recommendations to have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Yeah, I understand that Mr. Frank's moving out of state.
No, I'm glad to see we're able to fill the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was big, and glad we found somebody for that.
that's great. I feel the same way. All right, let's have a roll call.
Leonard,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Singleton,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. All right, then finally, grade 3 through 5 math interventionist.
Motion is Board of Education approves the contract with Anita Dobbins to serve as a math interventionist at Southside Elementary for the 2022-2023 school year.
Good, you've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Roll call.
Singleton,
Yes.
Lucky.
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. All right, then finally, the retirement request.
Motion is Board of Education approves the retirement incentive request from Jenny Williams beginning with the 2022-2023 school year.
You've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion for this?
So moved.
Second.
I want a roll call again.
Lucky,
Yes.
Scanlon,
Yes.
Helms. Yes. Pielson,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. Anything else? Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.